Hey everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the VOD Squad, the show where we talk about streaming technology. This is episode 206, October 28th, 2020. I am Clyde, and today I am joined by Matthew Ross.
Hello, everybody.
And I guess that's it.
What? Where'd they go?
I don't know.
Oh, well. No big deal.
I can't keep track of them.
That's all right.
That's okay. You know what? We got stuff to talk about, and I'm sure that we're going to want to talk about this stuff a lot.
What?
So now we have even more time for me to rant.
Well, see, actually, we have a lot of stories, which means we can talk as little as we want, if we want to. We don't have to talk. I'm not going to stop you. That's for sure thing. But since we have a lot of stories, actually, there's going to be a few stories where we're like, and just so you know, there you go. Oh, maybe we'll have lots to say about some of those, and I'm thinking, oh, this will be a buff story, no big deal. And then sometimes we spend 10-20 minutes on one of those, like, oh, okay, yeah, there were things to say. Hey, I wanted to show you something.
Oh,
so remember back before times?
Before what?
Before things got weird this year.
Oh, this year.
Okay. Like January.
I was going to say, because I think things have been weird for like 20 years.
Well, I know, but this year in particular got weird in its own way, right? So my wife and I, we like going to movies occasionally, and we're like, whenever we go, we always get popcorn. We just always do. And popcorn at the movie theaters is kind of expensive, but it's not too bad. And so it was January. It was like December or January. They had this deal at our Cinemark. Okay. And the deal was, hey, you pay, I think it was $20, and we give you a bucket. Yeah. And the bucket then can be filled up for $5 every time you come in. You basically watch it. And so we bought the bucket. It says 2020, bring it back. We have not been able to use the bucket except for the first time we bought it.
They got their money.
I'm thinking I'm going to bring this back sometime this year and go, really?
Well, you should check with them, because they make a lot of the theaters are still making and selling popcorn. Because that's their only revenue.
You know, we do actually every once in a while go to the mall for whatever reason, and I should just walk up and just say, hey, can I buy some popcorn with this? And they probably say yes, because they make money off that. So
yeah.
All I gotta say, and also the other thing is that this might also make it a pretty good hat. I'm just saying.
Yeah, without your headphones, it would fit. Then you could pick up a guitar and you could be Buckethead too.
Well, the guitar's no, it's over there. Yeah. Well, where'd my guitar go? Oh crap! Oh, there it is. It's buried. Okay. So somebody cleaned. Can't believe it. Hey, how's your day going?
It's Wednesday.
That's a good thing.
That's about it. Now that the weather's gotten cold, I don't leave my house unless I absolutely have to.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah, we have entered the depressing bit of we get up before light starts and get out the door, and there's still no light. But I'm not at the depressing point where by the time I get to work, it's still dark. that's I've got like a month or so until then, and then it's really depressing. And it rains constantly. None of that's happening. We still had a beautiful day today. Busy, but not super busy. Finally. But no, it's cold, and it is cold. The heater's on now, so.
Yeah, my heater's been on for over a week,
nonstop. Yeah, it gets cold, but that's okay.
All right,
rains will be coming though.
Well, what are we actually here to talk about?
Buckets on our heads. No, wait a second. Buckets of data coming through the air, through signals being sent to you over streamed over the air because T-Mobile has decided to provide a live internet solution with their service they're calling T-Vision. I think we actually talked about T-Vision when it was first announced many months ago.
This is different though.
Right. So this is their over the internet solution for providing television, your live streaming television to you using their services and to provide a bunch of different tiered channel solutions for you from a little. They have options from a $40, $50, $60 a month one with all your packages for the various things, including your local channels and things like that. Except for maybe not CBS. Apparently, that's not one of the deals yet.
CBS never participates in anything.
I know. What is up with CBS being like rude like that? I don't.
Well, they always have been. They want you to buy their super expensive service that isn't even called CBS anymore.
Yeah, and it doesn't give you your local channel. No. So, but besides the point, that's CBS. Figure it out, guys. The different packages have different things for like some sports and other ones. Other ones have like Disney Channel and Sci-Fi and USA and things like that. But there's also a package here that's called the $10 pack. What do they call it? They call it. Oh, I missed it down here. The T-Vision Vibe. Don't know about that name. Which is $10 a month, and it gives you 30 live channels. But these are the ones that you wouldn't necessarily be thinking as your. They're the other ones that you always wish you had. Excuse me. From AMC to HGTV, the Hallmark channel, TLC. And the funny thing is you can get that one without any of the other subscriptions as well. You can get just the $10 package.
And I mean, these are basically the Viacom channels.
Right?
So you've got MTV, TLC, Comedy Central, I think Cartoon Network, maybe? But it's AMC, Discovery, and Viacom.
Right.
Which... Actually, that is most. I think that package has most of the channels I would actually want anyway.
Right.
But, that's good.
Now, what's not clear to me, and it wasn't clear before, is this using either 4G or 5G to send this to you?
No, that's what I was saying. They had a TV. They came out with their over the like the 4G internet or your 4G home internet. I can't say it. And the TV service for that about earlier in the year, maybe late last year. That's different. This is basically a competitor for Sling TV, YouTube TV. This is just over the internet. The difference is you have to be a T-Mobile customer to get this. That is the catch.
They require you to be...
that's my understanding. I saw that in one of the stories. There was like 4 different stories on this, and each one of those stories all had like a little piece that was only served their market.
The last paragraph here: to start, T-Vision will be available to just T-Mobile postpaid wireless customers starting November 1st. Sprint customers, remember, you're second citizens, you get access later in November, and then the rest of us plebes will be allowed to access it sometime in 2021. They're not. It sounds like eventually it won't cost you anything, but come on.
And the other thing to note is that with these services, they are also selling their version of the new Android TV dongle.
Oh, yeah.
It's a T-Mobile one. So it's essentially the T-Mobile version of the TiVo Stream, where it's optimized to have the T-Mobile service in the channel guide. And I saw a picture on the Android story that and it looks exactly like the TiVo Stream 4K, which is also the same hardware as the new Comcast with Google TV. So, and because my T-Mobile one is optimized for Sling initially, this is just going to be optimized to have the T-Mobile stuff built in. So, which is a good deal. It's the same price. So if you're in the market for an Android TV and you're trying to figure out, Do you want the TiVo one? Do you want the Google one? If you're signing up for this service, you may as well spend the $50 and get the one that's optimized for T-Mobile.
Yeah.
That way this service is already in the guide. And then there was also on the Mac Rumors site, there was a rumor that until the end of December, if you sign up for this, you may get a free year of Apple TV Plus.
Okay.
That's possible. So,
hey, if these guys at T-Mobile, they always find ways of getting good deals with their stuff. If you can take best advantage of that, do it. That's what I say.
absolutely.
If you want it, I mean, don't get this just for Apple TV Plus if you don't want Apple TV Plus.
I was hoping Jimmy would be here tonight because he's the resident T-Mobile subscriber
and the Apple guy.
And
he'd be like, "I'm all over this." Yes, I'm trying it now.
We'll have to ask him about it next week.
Yeah.
New player. That's good.
I might talk to the family about it and say, what do you guys think? And because it does have a DVR function you pay a little extra for.
Yeah, then that's one of the downsides. Is this you have to pay an extra $5 a month on top of the initial subscription in order to get DVR.
But it is cheaper than my current YouTube TV. So
yeah,
it will be discussion.
Now, yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and according to who has said it in the chat, that if you do buy CBS All Access or whatever it's called now, you do get your local affiliate CBS affiliate live. And I'm like going, Wabbit said that, and I was like, what? I don't remember seeing that. But again, I think we buy CBS All Access through the Amazon store, which makes it weird. I'm certain if we would have logged in and done it normally, maybe we would. So who knows? I don't know. Whatever the case is, it's not a big deal.
All right. Well,
hey, you know what is also not a big deal?
What?
A company called Dynalink. Dynalink sounds like one of the superheroes or villains from an Incredibles movie. Just so you know. But Dynalink is offering a $50 Google TV. So it's Android TV basically. Mm-hmm. Nothing really special about it in pretty much any way, except for it is based off of the Google ADT3 platform.
And that's what caught my attention, because most of the new Android TVs that are coming out are all those dongles, with the built-in cable, which I have ranted about. But this one is based on the ADT3, so it's an actual set-top box. Separate a hockey puck. I can't tell if it's got an Ethernet port, because that's the thing that really kills it for me, is if it's only Wi-Fi. But it's based on the ADT3, but there's a chance that it may be stuck on Android TV 9 because it's not actually an ADT3. The ADT3 is currently, since it's a developer model, it's testing. They got 11, which I hope this would have 11, because if it did, I'd probably order this thing now. But I don't know. Yeah, I've never heard this company, but then again, I'd never heard of Me when we got the Me boxes.
Right. This is another Walmart company is going to come in here and try to do their thing. And maybe like the Me boxes, it'll end up being fairly well. And it looks like it is Android 10.
It's 10. Okay.
But not 11.
Which is what the Chromecast with Google TV in the sky on Fire, whatever they're calling it now. Stupid long name.
I am just looking to see if there is a picture with Ethernet, and I do not see it.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the word network. No, how about Ethernet?
And
nope, yes, I don't think so.
It's worth noting that yes, you can usually attach a USB to Ethernet adapter, but the problem with that is it uses up the Ethernet port.
You mean
And
USB?
you wouldn't be able to use that for anything else.
Is there only one on that? Or usually there is.
Typically, yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
And
So no, that's why you have your little tiny box, right? And then you attach that little tiny box, your USB splitter, your hub, so it's got the 5 ports. And into that hub, you plug in your USB to HDMI converter, that has to have that special support for that device. And
yeah,
you get your adapter that gives you the Wi-Fi, the better Wi-Fi instead of the cheap one that's inside of it. And you get the one that gets the Ethernet connection, so you can have that hardware. And might as well just stick in a memory card in there too, so you can download more games. Did I miss anything? Anyways, you gotta have a mouse. How about the controller port? You're going to need like a 7-port hub here, aren't you? Okay, let's go get that.
yeah.
Like,
I'm not doing
cost,
all that.
It's $50 for the Mi box for the Android TV, and it's about $75 for the USB hub. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not doing all that. I'll just stick to my Roku Ultra that has a dedicated Ethernet port, and that's it. But no, I'm interested to check this out.
Yeah. If I go to Walmart sometime, I'll if I'm back there perusing, I'll check to see if they got one, and I'll go.
I can never find the devices that I want.
No,
they never have them in stock.
So in my Walmart, there is a corner. So there's the wall of TVs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the aisles that they run up against the TVs, and the aisles are separated by the different platforms. So here's the Samsung section, and here's the Apple section, and here's the kind of third party. Here's the.
Well, they
LG
usually have them in the case,
and
they've got this lock case for this kind of stuff.
And then you have this case of this section of all the streaming devices, and just around the corner, as you're going around to the paint section, is this list of like really like, we don't think anybody's going to buy this section, which is where I found the Mi box last time. Yeah. It's like, hey, they got one.
The last Walmart I was in, they had the locked case with the car stereos in the fishing tackle section. Because, when I think car stereos, I think fishing equipment.
So, yeah, look at those 5-inch worms and those 5-inch woofers.
It's like they moved the stock and then they saw the cabinet and went, screw it.
Whatever.
It's fine.
It's Walmart. It's whatever. Whatever. It doesn't make it. Yeah, whatever. The stock, the kid who's just getting his first job in doing stocking in the middle of the night, I don't blame him. And the guy who's been doing it for a long time, and he's just exhausted because unfortunately his life has ended up him being there doing that for those. I don't blame him either. They don't care. It's not worth the struggle. I thank you for doing your part, and I appreciate it. When I walk in the store, it's clean. I'm happy, so that's great.
Yep.
Hey, so Epson is known for their projectors, and I like my Epson projectors, quite frankly. They are really nice, and they've been really good recently. Give a shout out to Epson's school projectors for $400 or less. They also have a line of projectors which are for the home theaters, and this year they are announcing a brand new set of them this year, including a few that have Android TV built into them. But that's not the thing that I read in this story that made me go, ooh. The thing that made me go, ooh, in this story was apparently a couple of them are set up with a decent sound system built inside, which is to say better than the crap that is usually inside these things. So I applaud their efforts, Sir Epson, the projector makers.
Can I make a confession?
You can confess to me lots of things.
Just between you and me.
Okay. Everybody else,
close your ears.
Don't pay attention. It's
when
fine.
I was looking through the stories, I saw the headline, and it said Epson new batch of laser PR, and then it said Android TV, and my brain immediately read it as Epson's new batch of laser printers. They put Android TV, and I was like, why the hell would they put Android TV in a laser printer? And then I opened it up and I went, oh, okay.
Well, Epson made laser printers briefly. They have
Well, I
not made
mean,
it.
but that's the thing. Epson's always been the ink
Yeah,
printer.
yeah,
And I mean, having a laser printer by Epson in itself would be news. But
right.
the fact that I thought they were putting Android TV in a printer. But
Well, how much time do you stand around waiting for the printer to print? I mean, you gotta have a show to watch, right? Maybe we put
I
Quibi
have
on
a
it.
laser printer there. In the last 3 years, I printed 3 things.
Oh, one thing
Um,
a year, huh?
About I did have to print something for my daughter for school, a test the other day,
Oh,
but no, and I will agree that yes, when I think of projectors, Epson's the first name that comes to mind. They have basically taken over that space. They're one of the few that held out. There
right.
used to be many others, and
Okay, if you want to go for a good projector, it's going to last you a long time. Epson's amazing. Also, their bulbs are actually
mhm,
cheap now, and they last forever.
yep.
So Epson has done awesome. Now, if you scoff at $400 or something like that for a projector, and you want something cheaper, may I interest you in a BenQ?
I was gonna say BenQ is the other brand that is
BenQ
still around.
is amazing for the money.
Mhm.
Now, it's not going to be as nice as an Epson, but damn, those are nice for the money. I've been very happy with my BenQs.
Yeah.
So,
I keep looking at the little Pico portable ones. I mean, a lot of them have Android TV built in
yeah,
already, and you can throw it in a suitcase. It's like, all right,
I,
because
I, I I had a teacher who called me and said, Matt, don't worry about the projector. I went and bought one of those little Pico ones, and I was like, okay. So then I got the call later. Says no, this isn't going to work. And so I walk in with an Epson and I bring it to him,
yeah,
and he's got it up on his big 50-inch thing, and it's just dark. I mean, you
mhm.
need to be in a dark room for those Picos to work.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
they're great if you could turn off all the lights.
Well, and
Great,
that's if you want it really big. If you
right?
want it, if you don't mind it small, like if you're in a hotel room and you're just throwing it on a wall a couple feet away,
Yeah,
they're great. You
yeah,
know,
that's true.
um, but
But that's not what people want projectors for.
no,
You know
but that's
that.
what I'm saying. It's not something you would buy for a permanent install in your personal home theater. But yes. So
Yeah. Bring me those knits. Bring me all the knits. And also, hey, bring me Android TV. Hey, if you are wishing to use Android TV and you have very bad internet, I have good news for you. Good news for you, my bad accent, my bad, horrible accent. If you have internet TV you wish to use with your Android TV, you can use new feature called Data Saver. This is new feature which provides you a good connection to your internet TV without using too much internet for your TV. But unfortunately, it looks like it's only available in India. That's the
no,
bad
no, no,
accent.
no.
Sorry.
I was gonna say I hope that accent isn't because this has up to this point been available in India.
That
Um,
was the whole point of the bad accent. Yes,
oh
and I
no! Don't
apologize
admit that because you're
profusely.
gonna get us in trouble. Now
Oh, I'm
you put a
sorry.
name on it. You put a
You can
pin on it.
send your your
Um,
your 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 hate mail to
uh, Jimmy
the
Trammell at appleusers
dot me.
biz. Um,
I'm sorry.
uh,
I was making fun. I understand. You have license to make fun of me in the reciprocation.
okay, so a little bit of backstory. Android TV didn't have a data saver built into it previously. They have subsequently built it into the newer versions, like maybe 10, definitely 11.
Hmm.
So they had been, because India is very, Android TV is very popular in India,
Yes, because it's free.
but bandwidth isn't something that isn't the luxury there that it is, or it's more of a luxury there, right?
Yes,
So they rolled it out to them first, and they
that's
for
fair.
about a year they've had it, and so to Google's credit, they are making the add-on, are making this as an add-on standalone app for the previous versions of Android TV that don't have it baked in, which is really cool because
Yeah.
usually, yeah, that feature's not available in that on that version. You need to get something that's got this new version, and then it's there. For most of us, probably don't care about this. This is great. Besides, if you have a data cap, this is great because if you're someone like me who turns on the TV to fall asleep, or if in the early days of YouTube TV it didn't care, and I found out when I looked at my Ubiquity dashboard and I saw that I had used like 4 terabytes
Yep.
over the last 20 days, and I go and I turn on the TV in my kids' room and YouTube TV has been streaming nonstop, even though the TV's been off for like 2 months. This kind of thing is great because what they'll typically do is if you've ever watched the run into the thing on Netflix where it goes, hey, are you still watching? We're not going to stream anything else until you confirm. This kind of does that, but on an OS level.
Yeah.
So,
and truthfully, this is a lifesaver for those people who do have horrible data caps, and this is great.
Not even necessarily data caps. You may not have a lot of bandwidth.
Yeah.
And if you're sharing bandwidth throughout your household and you don't have a huge pipe, something constantly streaming that was forgotten can be a huge,
in multiple senses.
Huge problem. So, I like I said, I do think it's cool that they're making it as a downloadable app from the App Store for the older versions, 8 and 9 of Android TV. So It's not currently available, or it may not be currently available in your region, but it's coming soon.
Yep. Well, that's cool. Hey, do you ever watch YouTube on your phone?
Mm-mm.
You don't?
No.
You don't? Okay. Well, I will once in a while be sitting somewhere and bored to death, and I'll put YouTube on my phone just to see, if there's any videos I'd be interested to watch, maybe watch them later, or if I'm really that bored, watch a video. The interface on the YouTube is okay, but they're trying to emulate the web version of YouTube on the phone, and it's okay. Looks like YouTube has decided to take some changes to the interface and make it much easier for you to navigate, for you to skip and scan and do a bunch of other useful features inside your phone while you're watching YouTube videos. So it looks like this has been a bit a pretty big overhaul, being able to swipe in different directions to do different things, swipe up to get full screen very quickly. But if you ask me, the one thing that I appreciate is front and center, they've put the autoplay switch available for you to see. Because I don't know why, but every time I go over to YouTube, I turn that off and it goes, oh, you wanted that on from, right? Because you turned it off last time, right? No, I don't want it on. I really hate autoplay. Please don't play the next video.
The thing is, the first time you log into YouTube, it turns it on.
Right.
And then as long as you stay logged in, it remembers that you don't want it until you log out. Then when you log back in. So the question is, are you logging out or, but yes, I agree. I am anti autoplay on everything.
I am pro having the option.
Exactly. And I understand why people want it. I'm just not one of those people. So give me the option.
Pro having it on certain, like if I start a playlist, yes, autoplay. That is a playlist. The point is it for you to start and to watch all of them, right? And it's got an order and all. Great. Maybe a button that says random. I could kind of get us that maybe it wants to automatically play the next random thing. Maybe. But default, YouTube in particular, where you are choosing out of a bunch of algorithmically, hey, you think this is what you might like videos, you pick the one. And Yeah, your suggestion sometimes for the next one sometimes is right and sometimes isn't.
Yeah.
So, no.
And that's, I'm actually going to talk a little bit about autoplay later.
Oh, really? Oh, well, so then we should
But
stop there.
yeah, well, it's a different app. But yes, at least they're making changes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I will be using the app probably this week. Then I will be able to say more. I just have not had the chance to. I haven't used it this week, so
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see if there's any different for me. If I like it, maybe I'll come back and say this sucks. Who knows?
Hey, all I know is I only know one gesture, and apps don't typically respond to it. The
Oh,
people around me, they respond. But
hey, Google long time ago had the when you shake it, it says, "Do you want to give feedback?"
well, doesn't when you shake it, doesn't it make all the windows go away?
That's Microsoft thinks that you're trying to get to the desktop when you're doing that.
Well,
But
I know if I were to shake a window on my desktop, it's gonna collapse everything. I think that's cool. I always forget about it.
But no, so for example, this is my Gmail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. It used to be where you would shake it, it would then go pop up and say, "Do you want to send feedback?"
But isn't that one of those faulty fours?
I don't know.
No, your phone, is that a
Oh,
four?
no, faulty? No, it's it might
because the 4 was the one they put out last year, and then they discontinued it like within a month later, and said, "Oh yeah, forget about that."
This is the 4A, and it's been great, and I'm really happy about that. So I hope it doesn't go bad on me. That would be so bad.
Yeah.
All right. So here we are. We have a story about Sling TV's service that they have, the free service. Did you know that Sling TV has a free, no login required, no payment of any kind required service?
We talked about that sort of a while back.
I really think somebody needs to just have a big list of, hey, here's all the free services out there that you can just get in and use without.
I think they do. I think it's called, what's that one that you use to find out what stuff is on? No,
Suppose.tv or can I stream this
or Just Watch or one of those places does have a list of free stuff, but I don't know.
I want to have a list somewhere. I'm going to have to find a list and or make it somewhere. But no, they Sling TV has theirs. If in case you forgot, they have a section of Sling TV where you can log in and watch a bunch of content through the Sling interface for free with no login. It's called Sling Free. And they've had AMC stuff on there, and they've decided to add a little bit more. I don't know. Do they somehow are partnered with AMC? Anyways, they've provided a section called IFC Film Picks, which is some of the IFC films that they think are probably worth your watch, especially on a free channel. Probably, I don't know, probably some good stuff, maybe some old stuff on there. It says that they have things like Byzantium and Room 237. I do not recognize either of those movies.
So I think it's really weird that the International Finance Corporation would be providing movies.
Well, that's because for the price of movies have dropped so much, they're now free. Also, slightly off IFC is another different section of IFC where it's filled with various comedic stuff, some weird stuff, some stuff from Comedy Bang Bang, some Portlandia, that kind of stuff. They also have it in there for you to watch in the slightly off IFC section of Sling TV. Okay. So in case you didn't have enough free options out there, you were with your Pluto TVs and your, what is it, Fubo is the free one, or Tubi? Tubi is another free one.
All those other ones. Pluto and Roku, the Roku channel.
That's right. And somebody needs to make this list of what all this stuff is. I swear. There's a very brief description of what kind of stuff you likely will get in there. Yeah. That's
okay. Right. Hey, let me cut in real quick. I just want to give you a quick update. We've talked about this before. AT&T just lost another 600,000 TV customers as it seeks to buy a buyer for DirecTV.
Wait a second. Nobody's bought DirecTV yet?
Nope. And that's it. I read this and I went, yep, sounds about right.
Wait, let me get it. didn't AT&T buy DirecTV?
Yeah, a few years ago, and then it they lost a whole ton of money
Okay.
because everybody said, "Oh yeah, we don't want satellite. We can get our internet on, or we can get our TV on the internet now."
Okay.
So then they
Didn't
said, "Oh, we lost like 1 million subscribers. Let's sell the company." And it's been almost a year, and nobody wants to buy it.
well, Dish is like sitting there with their $20 bill and say, "I'll buy you. When you get cheap enough, I'll buy you." When the price gets low enough, this is what I'm willing to pay. AT&T, just come on over. AT&T, no, I
No,
can make more than
I
that. I
think
get
at
more
this.
than that.
No, I think didn't that they tried to do a merger deal thing, and that got.
Did that?
I think
Yeah,
that got
that's right.
killed. Um,
Yeah, that's right. What the hell?
well,
That should. I
so
don't know.
you can't create a monopoly by joining the two companies into one, but it is okay to start a monopoly by just letting DirecTV go out of business, and then you're
Well,
left
yeah,
with only one. So
I suppose.
you see how well a monopoly being a monopoly helped Blockbuster.
Yeah,
They
that's
still
true.
have one store open.
Hollywood Video forever, man.
But yeah, no, I read this and I said, all right, sounds about right. Moving on.
All right. It looks like the brand new PlayStation 5, which is going to be coming out. When is it coming out? Soon.
Here in a couple of
Soonish.
weeks.
I don't know, really that soon?
It should be out for Christmas.
They are announcing now that a bunch of different streaming services are also going to be available on the platform, from all your favorites, from YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, Netflix, Disney Plus, and Apple TV will all be available for you to watch using your PlayStation 5. Even if there apparently isn't even a remote you can buy that will let you, they basically have had the remote, I think, with almost every version of their thing.
I've got a PS4 remote that's still in the box. I've never even opened it.
I got an original Xbox remote somewhere. Yeah,
That's because all the previous generations promised media center capability, and then they have not really.
Famously,
the PS4 had did better.
Right.
Came the closest. All I know is when I read this story, I went, they better have this stuff, because if they came to market and it didn't at least support the same apps the PS4 does, that would be a huge problem for them. And so yeah, this is one of those stories.
Right. But also at the same time, the specter of the Xbox the Xbox One's launch, and them saying that we're going to be your
and that's my
ultimate
point.
media.
That's my point. Microsoft already made this faux pas. And I mean, even with PlayStation, it was what, 2 years before they finally got Netflix on there, or am I thinking about the Xbox One? All I know is they didn't even have Netflix out the gate last time, one of them, and that was a huge issue, because if you're paying this kind of money for a new console, you want it to be your end-all be-all device that you're using in that room. You want to get every dollar's worth out of it. And if it can't do what a $20 Roku can do, yeah, you got problems. So,
oh, come on.
And I will say that remote is very Sony.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's pretty Sony. You for the longest time they did the
not
square
a bad
thing.
I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I'm just saying I look at it and I go, yep, that's a Sony product.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sony doesn't make bad remotes, just to say.
They're
Hey,
okay.
but that $20 streaming stick that you use to watch your shows that we're just talking about, you never know what you could be able to do with those things. Those things can sometimes do amazing things. Hey, Xbox has a chief, Phil Spencer. He's been talking about all the different people using their services and things with them. And somebody was asking him about XCloud, which is their streaming service. And he said, quote, "I think you're going to see lower price hardware as part of our ecosystem when you think about streaming sticks and other things that somebody might want to just plug into their TV and play via XCloud," unquote, which basically means you're going to have your X plug or whatever you're going to call it, and plug it into your TV and be able to stream your Microsoft xCloud games to your TV with a simple dongle. This is actually a pretty cool idea. Sounds like your Chromecast Ultra for your Stadia account. So this is
yeah. I've learned to be skeptical anytime Microsoft says they've got hardware. The Xbox is the only thing that they've been consistent and like haven't bailed just as the device is starting to get acceptance. So yeah, I don't know. I'll reserve my judgment till they actually put something out.
No, yeah, that's fair. And actually, I'm pretty happy with the quality of almost all Microsoft hardware they've come out with.
Oh, no, I'm not knocking their hardware. I'm just knocking their commitment to stuff. And yes, I'm talking about you, Zune.
Oh, and the phone.
Phone.
Yeah. Well, but the Surface line is a big commitment by them.
Exactly. Like I said, it's
hit and miss.
Right. There's a lot of things that they have said, hey, we're doing this. We're 100% on board. And then when people finally start getting on, they go, oh, yeah, we're done. They're not as bad as Google, but kind of. I'd put them in the same boat. So.
Oh, that's okay. Hey, guess what, Clyde? There's a new gaming streaming service that you might be really interested in.
Oh, yeah?
It's 100% free. Doesn't cost you a thing.
Oh,
and
sweet.
It's not big games, but they've got your favorite game on, Asphalt 9.
Oh, okay.
I think Asphalt 9 is your favorite, right? And the other of these, they're not the top tier games. You're mostly like mobile games brought to the big screen kind of stuff.
Sounds like the kind of stuff I play. I think
you would totally be into this, and this would be the best thing. You would totally just absolutely love.
Where do I sign up?
Facebook. Facebook gaming is a new thing. Facebook is just Facebook gaming is a free gaming service that's going to be available for you to use to stream to your TV or to your device a whole bunch of games onto said device. Playing them in the cloud, much like GeForce Now or Stadia and Luna, which is the Amazon one we talked about recently. I am willing to bet that they are somehow using some type of analytics and or advertisement in this system in order to get money from you playing the games on their system. I can't imagine them doing the heavy lifting of streaming a game over the internet to you without somehow making money off of you. So,
they're selling all your info. That's what it is.
You imagine how much money it costs to have servers stream, powerful enough to play even Asphalt 9.
The servers. Asphalt, I play.
I guess that is plays
Asphalt on like Roku's.
Right.
It doesn't require much, and it's a free game already. It's not like when you sign up for Xbox Game Pass and you get access to games in lieu of buying them. But I'm just using Asphalt as an example.
Right. But I'm also thinking, I'm just thinking how much bandwidth it takes for you to stream let's say it's 720p, a game of Asphalt to you. That's probably a decent frame rate would be 30 frames per second. That's not an insignificant amount of bandwidth for thousands of millions of people to use, and they're willing to pay that for that because they have to pay for their bandwidth
for
right?
the amount of data they're getting that they can then sell to third parties. Absolutely.
Is your data worth that much?
to them, they will sell it to anybody.
Man, I know.
And people will, there are people out there that just want the data. They don't care where it came from. And if you can say, hey, here's how many whatever users, here you go, give us the money.
All I gotta say is I just scrolled to the bottom of the of this article, and this article currently has 666 shares. So, all right. Hey,
it's an omen.
All right. Speaking of streaming services, we have a lot of streaming service news this week. Uplay Plus is a service that Ubisoft has been using for a little while now to provide you with internet access to their games. You could pay a monthly fee, and they will give you access to many of their games, including some of their high-end newer games, for you to download and play on your PC. They've also just started providing you the ability to stream those games. They had talked about using Stadia before to do this, but they've come out now to say that they're going to partner both with Stadia and Amazon Luna in order to provide Ubisoft Plus to you, those games, over a streaming service if you wish to. You can still download the games if you want to play it on your PC, but if you want to play it on your streaming box or on an old machine that doesn't have the power to play those games, you now will have the option to stream it using one of those two services. So I'm curious. I'm not exactly certain of the details. You have to have if you have a Uplay Plus account or Ubisoft Plus account, can you stream the game without having a Stadia account, or that's not clear to me?
So I think my understanding is that you can sign up for this as an add-on or whatever through Stadia and Amazon, or because I think you can already pay Ubisoft on its own.
Yeah, you can. And you before now you could download them and play.
I can play EA games in Steam,
right,
but I have to have you have to have the EA launcher installed on your computer for different login things.
Right.
Even though, yes, I purchased it through Steam. Steam does the authentication into it, which doing it that way is nice because then you don't have to switch between different clients. Because I constantly forget, I want to play this game. Which client is it on? Which client is it on?
Which store is it from? Oh, I hate that.
I mean, that's like what they were doing with the Blizzard games on, was it Stadia? Or I don't know. But
no, it was GeForce.
GeForce. Yeah. And then, but so if you're a Stadia or a Luna gamer and you want to play your Ubisoft games and you don't want to have to launch into the Ubisoft UI, then this may also, I don't think this makes more sense if you're playing on a device like the Apple or the Android TV or the Roku, because you can't have you don't want to have to be switching between apps.
But as of right now, it's not supported on those. It's only supported on desktops. Right. They said they're focusing on desktop for the moment.
I'm just saying that when it goes over, when it's available there, it will make more sense to be in a unified space.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see if I can figure out how that works. Only because I'm curious. I will probably spend some time.
And for the audio listeners, I'm shrugging right now. I know you can't hear it.
Yeah, well, we need audio shrug alerts, shrugging, currently shrugging. All right. So speaking of shrugging, there's been an update for Windows 10 that's coming out. This Windows update is going to do the thing that has been needed to be done for 15 years, quite frankly. But it does affect many of you out there if you are streaming content over the internet. The update is going to basically remove Flash from your Windows operating system in such a way that makes it basically impossible for you to use any Flash content.
Well, I mean, Chrome has been alerting me every time I open up Chrome that it's gonna be hard shut off in December.
Right.
And all I know is everybody that was afraid of the Millennium Bug, you're looking at the real Millennium Bug now.
The Flashopolis.
Yes, the
Flash-
Flashageddon.
Flashageddon.
When half the internet stops working because Flash got turned off, and people have known for 10 years.
I know.
10 years. People have had, and there's still people spinning up new stuff with Flash.
Yeah, I know.
Stop. HTML5 came out in what, 2008?
Something like that.
And that was the alternative. That's, hey, here you can do Flash-like stuff without actually having to use Flash.
I remember back in the day when HTML5 first came out, and it was not as good as Flash. It really wasn't. But even back then, I found programs that would convert a Flash thing to HTML5, and it worked half the time.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, in the early days, it was, they were still developing it, but it was like, hey, we're creating a thing specifically to address the fact that Flash needs to go away.
Flash needs to die.
And here it is, 10, 12 years later, and we're getting this is like the hard shut off on XP, where it was just like, no more.
No more.
No. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even want to know what it's going to look like.
You know what? It's going to be okay, because those things that die off, we're gonna.
The problem is, and I speak with work in mind. There are tools that are hosted on a server on-prem that we can't change it. It was designed with, whatever, and this device is old. It can't even be replaced. It's not even under service anymore. But it has to be used.
This is why you keep a well-backed up VM running a copy of Windows 2000, Firefox version 4, and Flash version 9.
Remind me later. I'm going to tell you something in the post show that'll make you shake your head. I don't think I told you.
Okay. But no, look, I have the exact same problem. I have software that requires you to install Java. You know how hard it is to get Java to run it in a browser now? It won't let you. It won't let you run it in a browser because that's been bad juju for 15 years. Mm-hmm. And so by default now it says, the program says, oh, we need you to use Java. Oh, you're not using the most recent version. We won't let you run until you upgrade.
Yep.
You upgrade? No, we're not going to let you run this in a browser because this new version won't run in the browser. Catch 22. What the heck am I supposed to do? So I download to a version that's old enough that it doesn't force that. And then I can use the software. It's like, crap. These old technologies. Yeah. I agree. HTML5 is, until the day it's the one that we have to, be like, stop using it. HTML6 has been out for 10 years. That's the thing we're going to be yelling eventually.
HTML6 has been out for 5 years and you're still using Flash.
I only liked 2 Flash websites, by the way, for my own amusement. Zhao Zhao. If you've never seen the stick fighting of Zhao Zhao, it's a lot of fun. I'm sure somebody has converted that to something else. But it's a stick fight, it's somebody made an animation of stickmen fighting and just did a really excellent job. And and of course Zombo.com, which has been HTML5'd. So HTML5zombo.com is a real thing and it still works.
All of the things that were great that you needed Flash to watch back in the day have already been converted to video and uploaded to YouTube. You don't need Flash.
Badger. All
the Joe cartoons. All right, moving on.
So, guys, guess what? If you are someone who lives out in the boonies and you don't have good internet, and you've been having a hard time trying to contact a company to give you some type of cellular connection, or DSL that doesn't suck, or maybe you said, well, you know what, we're going to use satellite, and you've tried it out and you found out that crap, I'm stuck in a 2-year deal on this horrible internet service. Sorry, you're going to have to finish that 2-year deal, but maybe you can break contract. Maybe it's up to you. Starlink, Elon.
Mm-hmm.
His internet service, which has been in beta for a little while for free for those lucky beta testers, has just announced that they are now moving to a public beta, which includes a way for anybody to sign up and get access to it. You have to be within a certain zone of the world. I think it's like the northern United States and southern Canada is inside that zone. So I'm actually in that zone. I don't need it, luckily, but I actually know somebody who's like, take my money, is the first thing he said today when he heard about this. Take my money. $499 to sign up, and then it's $99 a month. You can get anywhere from 35 to 150 megabits down. That's out in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I want to know, what's the uplink speed?
The uplink,
that is the problem. That's the killer with satellite. In the past.
I don't know if it said it here, but I've read it somewhere that people were getting uplinks of anywhere from like 5 to 15 to sometimes 20 to 25. That's decent upload speeds.
Because this is my plan to move to my personal compound that nobody knows where I am, hinges on the availability of this. I don't even care about water or power. All I'm worried about is, will I be able to access the internet? The other things I can figure out later. There are options.
So this is now available for people to sign up and try to get to. Apparently, it's not easy to sign up just yet, but it has been announced as coming soon. Excuse me. Good. The biggest deal about this is, of course, your service may vary. Your latency is supposed to be good, but it may vary. Prices are not as cheap as other things, but it's actually not bad. But there is no bandwidth limit. Did
you see the name of the beta?
No.
It's better than nothing beta.
Absolutely right.
It's like, well, it's better than nothing. My only nitpick about this article is the headline, because it says Starlink testers will pay $99 a month for the satellite internet. It reads as if the Starlink testers got together and they decided they'll pay $99. Not the beta will cost $99, or but
right.
No, that's my one nitpick. I'm glad that this is moving along. It's seen progress, and we can move on too.
I have a friend who is so happy about it. He cannot wait until he can get off of his crappy internet. So, hey, we have a pretty standard story here. Comcast is in a dispute with channels in order to be for carriage disputes about, various things. It's nothing really big about this one. The Comcast is going to be making, carriage disputes with the various channels. Because there's no reason for them to have, this is pretty normal stuff. Comcast, they go out and they say, hey, we don't want to pay that much money to carry your channel. And the company, those channels are like, but no, we do want this much. And there's disputes happening. You know what? They could lose these channels. You could lose these channels. And, Comcast is like, man, that would be hard to do, but I think we could do it. I don't think our customers would care if we lost your channel. That's it. Local NBC channel. You can come off of Comcast. That's right. You don't need to be on this channel.
Well, the worst part is Comcast owns NBC, and you're losing NBC in some markets.
Exactly. So
only Comcast. This is something I would expect to hear from AT&T.
we had to drop Warner because
customers lose HBO.
Yeah, it's so this is actually not just NBC channels. It's just there are
I
definitely
mean, they're
NBC channels in there,
affiliates.
which is
You could
really
lose an
hilarious.
affiliate. Okay, I get
Yeah.
that. No, but it's hilarious.
You would think, oh, come on, somebody with a big enough hammer in NBC and would be like, get these two kids on the phone. Is I don't care what that's going on. You're not dropping NBC. I don't care. We're figuring this out. Will it doesn't matter if we talk this out for months. You're not dropping it, but might happen if it does. Uh, yeah, bureaucracy at its best. And that was the last story for us this week. And what did we do on time here? Hey, we did. We got pretty much at the end.
We're moving right along. We're doing okay. But we're also moving right along and doing okay in the Patreon department because, Mr. Bughead, we have several people that appreciate what we're doing to the point that they're actually giving us money.
Several, which is more than one.
I think several is more than three because three is a few. Two is a couple, right?
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
Yeah. And we like to go out of our way to say thank you to those people. Just giving you a custom RSS feed so that you get the audio version of this earlier than everybody else, it's not enough. We have to actually verbally say thank you. We appreciate your patronage. You are our favorite viewers.
Oh, you're so nice.
So if you are one of the people that appreciate what we're doing, you'd like to contribute, maybe that RSS feed is just, enough to get you in the door, get your foot in the door. Doesn't take much.
Or if you're somebody who's like, I hate you so much, I want you to take my money. Well, we'll take it too.
That's the other thing. So patreon.com/the Squad if you'd like to support us. And we have said before that the threshold it's $1,500.
$1,500. Okay.
If $1,500 a month, we won't even do the show. You want us off the air that much? We'll cancel all, or basically by not putting anything out, we're canceling all the other patrons. You trump them, and you get your wish. But either way, you got to go to patreon.com/the VOD Squad.
That's fair.
And that's all I'm going to say on that. Why don't we get to some rants and some raves? Oh, what you got? Anything?
So this last weekend, I had a day where nothing was going on. I mean, I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do? And I was kind of possibly going to do my normal stuff, play some games or something, or maybe read. I don't know. All I know is that I then thought to myself, oh, that's right. I have access to CBS All Access because that's on our thing. You know what I want to watch that I have not been able to watch yet? I've heard nothing but good things about it. And
Picard.
I've already seen that. And it was good, but weird.
That show, the other Star Trek show with the guy from Hell on Wheels. Anson Mount.
Nope. Don't know what you're talking about. But no, Lower Decks, the cartoon, which I heard about Lower Decks and was like, great. I can't wait. This sounds really hilarious. I want to watch this show. Then as was getting closer there, I was learning about that it's by one of the guys who make Rick and Morty and all that. And I appreciate Rick and Morty. Deep down, I really do. At the same time, that's not the kind of humor I necessarily want in my Star Trek. So I had a little bit of, I don't know, maybe I don't want to watch this. But then the reviews came out, and everybody's saying, "Oh, this is good, and this is good, and this is good." And so after an entire season of watching of it going through, and it was done, and me remembering that I have access to it, I said, "Okay, I'll watch it. I'll binge the season." And There are moments of brilliance in that show which are wonderful. In particular, I'm going to point out one. In the second to last episode, they did a montage, which is in almost every Star Trek, which is, the fly around the ship and see how beautiful it is montage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they played that up very well. Spent a little, to the point where it's a little uncomfortable amount of time on it, and then went on, played it perfectly, if you ask me, for the sense of humor. It was great. Also, the ship, the Cerritos, which sounds like something you get
The
at
Doritos. Well,
it's
Cerritos is a town outside of San Diego.
okay. Well, I didn't know that. All I know is it sounded like something you order off the menu at Taco Bell. Uh, and I love that. But the Cerritos is kind of a funky, like this isn't a really great design. If you look at it, it's like that's weird
Yeah,
choices you made
Cerritos
there.
isn't a really well-designed town either.
But anyways, but that kind of fits the aspect of the show because it's not about the greatest and best stuff on the in Star Trek. It's literally the guys that live in the lower decks, and so it fit it fit the show perfectly, and they did the glory shots of the Cerritos and in perfect ways, and I enjoyed it. Everything about it got basically it got better in every episode. It found its feet as it went along. I really enjoyed the first season very much so. Ended on a pretty good point. Yeah, I would recommend if you're a Star Trek fan and you haven't seen it like me, feel free to do it. They don't necessarily do anything bad. They have lots of fun with it. That's all.
Okay. And I correct myself. Cerritos is in LA. I knew the name of the town. It's further north than I thought. It's over by Compton, Coda.
Very cool.
Buena Park.
The Cerritos. I wonder
Whittier.
if it was named after the town, which
probably. Is it spelled Cerritos?
I think so.
Then it's definitely the town. That's probably where their office is, in Cerritos. So I tried out a new streaming service.
Oh.
So as most of you know, I am a anime aficionado, and I've been using Funimation's streaming service for probably going on 2 years now. Totally worth the $5 a month. But the problem is Funimation, while their library is great, they don't have everything. And a lot of the stuff that isn't on Funimation, it's on Crunchyroll, but Crunchyroll doesn't do dubs. They are all about subs. And subs means I don't watch it. Because I don't watch TV, I listen to TV while I'm doing other stuff. And if it's subbed, then I can't do the other thing. I must divide or give it my undivided attention. Well, I found another service called HiDive. HiDive has a lot of the stuff that isn't on the Funimation catalog. It's also $5. I wanted to say it was amazing and extol upon you all of its virtues. It's okay.
Aww.
I mean, there's some serious problems with the UI and the app and even the website. Like number one, you can't turn off autoplay. It's not even an option.
I know you hate that.
Oh, I absolutely hate that. I fell asleep while watching something, and then it like marked a whole bunch of things in my queue as completely watched because it just kept on going, and I have no idea where I left off, and I was just angry. They've got this thing where if you're watching your browser, you have to log into the site manually every single time. If you close the tab and then reopen the tab, nope. You got to log in again. You can't save your login. It's just irritating. So they don't respect cookies. And then and this is to anybody out there that is designing UI in an app, if there is only one profile, I love the fact that you give me the ability to have multiple individual profiles. That is awesome. If there is only one profile configured, you don't have to ask me which profile. The fact that I have to select the only profile is asinine. Like I said, they got a great catalog. They've got a lot of dubs. They're doing the simuldub thing, much like Funimation. I don't think they're on the same schedule because Funimation actually employs most of the voiceover actors for anime, but it's an option, so that's good. Oh, and they, I will give them credit. It's not something that I would typically want, but if you're the kind of person that likes the raunchy kind of anime that's usually edited or censored, if you go into the audio settings, you can choose a different audio track and it'll give you the uncensored home video version. That's usually the kind of stuff that I'm not interested in. I am not a big fan of fan service, but I know some people are. And I've seen people complain about, oh, Funimation, they only got the clean version of this anime. I want that. It's like, well, hey, go over to High Dive. They might have it. But yeah, High Dive, HIDIVE. If you like anime, check it out. I'm coming up on the end of my 30-day free trial. I'll probably renew because it's $4.99, but it's not on my must-have list like Funimation is. So, okay. I said it's okay. It's not great, but it's also not terrible. So it's just kind of, they've got some growing up to do.
Okay.
But alrighty. Well, I think that just about wraps it up for us. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us again tonight. If you're catching this after the fact, you should join us live sometime. This is where all the fun happens. You get to hang out in the chat. You get to correct us. You get to make suggestions. You also get to suggest titles. Yes, that ridiculous title you're seeing on this video was created and selected by the viewers.
Absolutely. And isn't it a funny one? Isn't it a great title?
Oh, it's I think this is the worst title that we've ever had.
It's the worst one?
Really? I think it might be. But we've had some stinkers.
Yeah, I think it might be the best one we've ever had, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, who am I to say? But yeah, join us live. We do this every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central, here on Twitch. And then everybody go and vote now. That's TVS, Tango Victor Sierra .showbot.tv. And we will choose a winner in the post show. Another thing you don't get to see after the fact. So you're missing out. But It doesn't matter. We're glad you're listening.
We're watching.
I can't think of anything else, so I'm just going to shut this down before I
shut it off.
I regret.
What? Just shut it off. It's just fine. Don't worry about it.
Thanks, everybody, and we'll catch you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.